In this video, what we want to do, we want to keep building our app, and we will do so by focusing on this settings icon. Okay, so this is the finished app, and every time we tap on this settings icon, as you can see, we have this bottom sheet. Okay, and on this bottom sheet, we have this on tab bar views. Okay, but for the sake of this video, we will only focus on this bottom sheet. Okay, and as you can see, our bottom sheet is first of all white. Okay, and for the height, we can see that it takes almost like 80% of the screen height. Okay, so as I said, we keep it short, and for this video we will only focus on this bottom sheet. Okay, so let me put this guy here, and we want to come back to our code. Okay, and before we can jump into the topic, what I want us to do, I want us to clean up this home view. Okay, because I don't like this code being here, okay, on this home view. So what we can do, we can come on this home folder, we do a right click, and we want to create a new file. And here we can select Swift file, and for the name we can call it home view components. And here we can click on this create. And now that we have this home view components, what we can do, we can simply come here and cut everything we have here except for this home view, of course. And now what we can do, we can simply come here and paste what we have. Okay, and here instead of importing this foundation, what we want to import is SwiftUI. Okay, and normally your error should be gone, and normally on this home view we shouldn't have any error, and also our preview is supposed to work. Okay, and as you can see, everything is working perfectly. Okay, so now let's jump into the topic of this video. So as we said, every time we tap on these settings, we want to make this bottom sheet to appear. Okay, so how can we achieve this result? Well, the first thing we want to do, we want to locate this icon. Okay, and as you can see, this icon is inside this header. Okay, so if we go to this header, as you can see, this is our icon. Okay, this gear shape that fill. Okay, so this is our icon, and to prove you that this is our icon, as you can see, we wrap this inside a button. So what we can do, yeah, we can simply print something. Okay, so if we do this print, and yeah, what we want to say, we simply want to say settings bottom click. And normally if we come back to our home view, every time we tap on this, we are supposed to see a print. Okay, and as you can see, we are able to see this print. Okay, which is good. So now that we located this button, what we want to do, yeah, we want to first of all create a boolean. Okay, because in order to show our bottom view, we need a boolean. Okay, that we can toggle. Okay, so we can do so by coming here, and what we want to do, we want to create a boolean variable. Okay, so here is going to be state private var show settings sheet, and we want to initialize this to false. Okay, and now that we have this, what we want to do, every time we tap on this icon, we simply want to toggle this to true. Okay, but as you can see, we don't have this. Okay, we don't have this button inside our home view. Okay, so how can we achieve this? How can we transfer the logic from this guy, okay, to our home view? Well, the easiest way to do so is to simply pass it inside this header function. Okay, because when we call this header, what we want to do, we want to transfer the logic of this, okay, into our home view. Okay, and we also want to make this reusable. Okay, so let's say it's not the case for this video, for this app, but let's say we are using this header somewhere else. Okay, we want to make sure that we are able to reuse this header. Okay, so as I said, what we want to do, we want to come here and create something like on settings click, and this will help us to escape the logic for this button. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to come here and we want to cut this. Okay, and inside this button, what we want to do, we simply want to say, okay, every time we tap on this, we simply want you to call this escape function. Okay, so we simply want to call this on settings click, and whatever we implement here in our parent code, whatever we implement inside for this on settings click, it will simply implement it for this button. Okay, so I don't know if what I'm saying right now is making sense to you guys, so let me just finish it and I will explain it again. So right now we have an error. So what we want to do, we want to click on this fix, and here we simply want to provide the same thing that we had. And here normally, pay attention to this guy. So normally if I tap on this, as you can see, we have the same logic. Okay, and to show you that this is working, maybe let me add this from home view. So let's go ahead and tap on it again, and as you can see, we have this print. Okay, so what we did, we simply transfer the logic from this, okay, from this function. Okay, we transfer the logic from this function to the parent, okay, to this home view. Okay, so that now we have full control of this without changing anything from our component. Okay, so now that we have this, what we can do here, instead of printing something, we don't want this. So what we want to actually do, we want to call this, and we simply want to toggle this to true. Okay, so every time we tap on this, we simply toggle this guy. Okay, and now every time this guy is true, what we want to do, we want to show our bottom sheet. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our bottom sheet. Okay, so here on this vstack, what we can do, we can come here and add a modifier. Okay, so we can add this sheet, and we want to select this is presented. Okay, and here for is presented, what we want to do, we want to actually pass this boolean. Okay, and here for content, for now we can simply add the text, and normally with this code everything is supposed to work, or at least we are supposed to see a bottom sheet. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap on this guy, and as you can see, we are able to see this bottom sheet. Okay, which is cool, which is exactly what we wanted. So every time we tap on this, we have this bottom sheet. Okay, but as we said before, here our bottom sheet doesn't take the full height of our screen. Okay, but if you notice here, it takes the full height of our screen. Okay, so how can we fix this? Well, in order to fix this, what we want to do, the first thing we can do, yeah, I don't like this content, so let's get rid of this content. So yeah, let's create another sheet, and here what we want to copy this is presented, we want to paste it inside this sheet, and here we can simply open and close this bracket and put this inside our sheet. And now that we have this, we can simply remove this, and everything is supposed to be still working. Okay, and as you can see, everything is working. So now let us fix the height of our settings bottom sheet. Okay, so in order to do so, it's going to be extremely simple. So what we want to do, we want to come here and call this presentation dentons, and here what we want to do, we simply want to say that, okay, we want our bottom sheet to take a fraction. So here, this fraction, and we only want to take like 0.9. Okay, so normally with this, normally everything is supposed to work. So if we tap on this, as you can see, it doesn't take the full height anymore. Okay, so we take approximately like 90% of our screen height. Okay, which is exactly what we want. Okay, the next thing I want us to do, I want us to work on this corner radius. Okay, because as you can see here on the finish app, our corner radius is more obvious than this app. Okay, so what we can do, we can simply come here and add something else. So here it's going to be presentation corner radius, and here the value we want this 30. And normally if we tap on this again, as you can see, we have a nice border radius. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.